Momentum 2021, supported by Offaly Local Development Company and SciCap, was a virtual youth festival designed to provide a safe, interesting digital platform for young people to chat about resilience and well-being in the time of COVID-19. Offaly Local Development Company is a partnership of agencies and groups delivering a variety of programmes and supports to individuals, communities and businesses in County Offaly. The Social Inclusion and Community Activation Programme provides funding to tackle poverty and social exclusion through local engagement and partnerships between disadvantaged individuals, community organisations and public sector agencies. Through the work of the SciCap team on the ground, engaging with young people and the inter-programme approach to OLDC to youth needs in 2021, it was clear that the pandemic had a detrimental effect on young people. The JRC Science for Policy report Loneliness in the EU highlighted that young adults were hit more severely than other groups.
Children have needed Childline more than ever. We get about 800 contacts every single day from children.
I agree with you. I think teens are really suffering out there. They're the ones who have actually carrying the can, while the lockdown has been protecting public health. It's at a cost to teen mental health.
Recognising this interruption and upheaval brought on the lives of young people by COVID, it was decided to create an online festival where young people could come and chat about resilience and well-being, as by then young people had already spent more than 12 months of their past year of schooling online and in video meeting type scenarios. It was clear that an innovative approach to online communication was required, rather than the wearying and well-worn ground of Zoom and its contemporaries. In order to best address the needs of young people at the time, online surveys were used to determine their emotional state within the current fraught climate. This brought about two challenges to the Momentum 2021 team. Who would speak at the festival that would both appeal to young people and bring about the desired effect? And what was the most suitable online platform that would allow these speakers to present their story in an interesting and interactive manner? It was decided to search for local celebrities, sports people and artists who would have their own story of overcoming resilience. The project was marketed through the agencies that work with young people in Offaly, Facebook, Instagram and on Midlands 103 through PPN, and also nationally on iRadio with Louise Clark. It was clear early on that Spatial Chat, a new evolution of the online meeting concept, was the best way to present the festival. The idea of Spatial Chat is that, unlike Zoom and conventional online meeting software where participants are face-to-face on video, instead within Spatial Chat, participants can move around within the space and have private chats only with those in their proximity. A dress rehearsal was then scheduled and carried out within the space. The attendees at the dress rehearsal comprised of OLDC staff. Further tweaks were made to the performance of the event following this, based on the behaviours of attendees in the dress rehearsal and also on comments that the attendees had on the event. On the day of the event, all went well. Despite it being an online event, there was a buzz of excitement and fun about it, and yet the topics discussed were treated with interest and respect by all present. The success on the day was ensured by the integrated approach to youth needs within OLDC, prior research into what the issues were by survey, the mechanisms used to engage the young people on the day, including the online platform used and the speakers chosen, collaboration with other agencies, including interagency response, and those supporting young people. This was done via survey, invitation to participate in the event, and support of HSE Youth Matters, and also with other OLDC programmes. Aside from the positive outcomes for young people in this event, the SciCap team greatly benefited from the experience of hosting such an event, including information on online platforms to engage young people, learning that these online events don't have to be run in the traditional Zoom-type scenarios, the powerful storytelling of the event itself and the outcomes from that, the discovery of how greatly local-based speakers appealed to young people, and of course the appetite to repeat such an event again in 2021. It was clear, though, that the most important outcome was the discussion around mental health, not only by young people but with young people. A highlight of the event was Shane Gorey, a young man who ran the gauntlet of drug addiction and its associated problems. Shane spoke candidly on the day about his descent into addiction and his battle to overcome it, and how he now uses his outlet of creativity and music production to tell his story and help others dealing with similar challenges.
I didn't have it too hard growing up, but I didn't have it easy either, I would have got bullied in school and would have had a nice bit of weight on me in school and got bullied for that. Yeah, I would end up eventually start smoking weed, unfortunately, but that snowballed anyways, and later years, just got caught up in it and he got sick of it all, started getting him involved by getting in trouble by the guards basically and the law. And
actually, after school, you joined the army. How long were you in the army?
2 years.
But the drugs got you in trouble then, and you actually got thrown out of the army, isn't that right?
I ended up getting caught drunk driving then behind the wheel of a car, and which is a blessing in a way, could have been a tragedy happen if the guards didn't stop me that night,
And then tell us about where and when you found music.
Because, to be honest with you, I spent a lot of time by myself, isolating to myself, and got this feeling in me that music was the thing to do, And at the same time, that gave me a break then. I got about a 2-month break from drugs when I got to music, started making songs and all that, and felt good, I had a purpose again, I thought drugs was my purpose, obviously, how wrong I was, but yeah, I have a lot of support systems around me between Step Rock Project. I even got involved in the church there since I left treatment. I got a lot. It's good to I look in the mirror and I like who I am nowadays, Back then I couldn't look at myself in the mirror or not like that,
What is the future looking like for you right now? Kind of even immediate future, what's the plans?
I took a lot of interest into addiction down there, I have a lot of knowledge around it now, so I want to try and give back a bit, and obviously when I was a young fella there was no one my age talking to us I'd be talking to people, And even with my music, I express myself and hopefully help other people with what I do in life, because I took a lot from life and it was time to start giving back,